we had 6 parties that responded. 6 parties that responded. And on the 23rd of February, DAP, PASOK, NDP, PAS, PKR, and the 6th one was MBP. No, really wrong, MBP, correct. I forget the 6th. But on the 23rd of February at Blockhouse, they formally endorsed. And if you went on YouTube, you'll actually, there's a video clip out there, something like 10 minutes, where the 3 parties that now make up Pakatan Raya endorsed it. And it was on that basis, on the basis of that endorsement, that this grouping called Barisan Rakyat came to life. Barisan Rakyat embraced those 6 parties and said we would work for those 6 parties to, in the 8 March general elections. Now, sadly, post 8 March, all the parties have forgotten the document. And if you haven't looked at the document, I urge you to look at it. Like I said, I cannot claim credit for it. It really belongs, the credit belongs to that group of 1999. But I think it's a wonderful document to move forward with. Last week, we had, when I say we, a group, I think at this juncture, I'd have to refrain from mentioning names, but a group of us met on a Sunday morning to look at a draft constitution of a possible vehicle to push this initiative forward. Aloysius keeps speaking about a third force. Again, I'm just throwing this out before we open the floor for suggestions and discussion. But a draft constitution has been prepared for a political party that would embrace and adopt all that we've seen there as the backbone. And the idea that was mooted was this. We're not interested in office. We're interested in creating the vehicle to pressure the existing 2 forces to either wake up to the fact that Malaysians today are no longer as naive as what we might have been 20 years ago. We're better informed. I think we have greater control over alternative media. Right? And so that was one idea that was mooted. I'm only throwing this out to just perhaps inform you of that initiative that's been looked at. But let's hear discussions on what we'd like to see move forward, how we'd like to see it move forward, and how we think we can contribute. Let's hear from you. Please come up and take the mic.
My name is Melvin San. Now, I'm one of those apolitical people before all this started. Now, basically why I'm up here is this. Before, I have been very, very quiet politically, just doing my work and all that. Although, I've always been a little bit cheesed off by what the DN has been doing, but I've never done anything. Now, because of all these vigils, because of Haris Ibrahim, RPK, Berku, now I'm very politically active now. Not in the sense of joining a political party, but wherever I go now, I always try and influence the people that what this country is doing is not right. What the government is doing is not right. And we must try and bring all this and bring back the country to the people. Now, what this vigils has done for me, it is this. Now, I have spoken to maybe about 300-400 people already. Imagine if we have 10,000 people like me, in fact, we like. And so far, all these 300-400 people that I've spoken to, they are all in agreement with me that the party that is in power now must be thrown out at the next elections. Now, there is only one person who disagreed with me, and I believe he was an MIC member. Right, I still believe that these vigils and all that, although maybe in someone's houses, as Harris has suggested the last time, is still relevant because it gives me the extra push to continue with all this. And of course, talking about the third force, yes, I think it's good as well. I think that should be explored as well. Thank you.
My name is John. My name is that's too long. My name is John. Firstly, I was annoyed with others that he came late. The Lord just told me that the meeting is at 8 o'clock, and I had to wait until 9:45, and I really don't like to wait, because personally, I don't like to make people waiting for me. Examples have to be set and made into application. Get to the point, yes. Idea that was brought up about the third force is very relevant, right? Most of the times when I read the media and I get into the blogs, it is all about problems that I hear, hardly anything, any discussions about solutions. Always discussing about the puddles of water within our house, when all we need is to look up and catch the leak from the roof. There's too many puddles within the coalition parties that stand as opposition. There has to be a change in the mindset of not only the third force, the people who are the leaders. Look at this statement here, that I read the press statement in this paragraph. A plea to DYMM Sultan of Selangor. As his loyal and humble subjects in Selangor, we plead to DYMM Sultan Sharafuddin, blah blah blah, to advise YB Tan Sri Dato' Abdul Khalid to retain YB Miswar. Why should to advise YB Tan Sri Khalid? We are pleading now to the Sultan for that. Doesn't Tan Sri Khalid know how to do his job? Doesn't he know what to do as a leader, as a mental Messiah? A lot of people within this coalition opposition parties never wake up. They get into the parties asleep. They make coalitions asleep. They get into positions asleep. They function asleep, and they die asleep. Thank you.
John, unreservedly I apologize.
Thank you. Much obliged.
Sorry?
Much obliged.
Good evening, I'm P.Y. Wong from Subang Jaya. When Harris came up with this People's Declaration, I was very impressed. And I immediately jumped on board and got him to help us at Kuala Jaya during the election. Law Gordon was the MP candidate for Kuala Jaya, Hannah Yeo was the Adun candidate for Subang Jaya. Both of them endorsed the People's Declaration. That time, before the election, they were desperate. They said yes to everything we want. After the elections, they probably forgot everything. But we were still very gung-ho about this concept of People's Parliament. In fact, we set up Kelana Jaya People's Parliament. Probably the first in the country, and only one to do so. And after struggling for 1 year, we tried to develop policies, suggestions to the party. We spent a lot of time trying to get them to listen. They don't listen. When they need the vote, they will say yes. But after they have been voted in, they are too busy to listen to you. Now, this is personal experience, and I speak from a long period of participation from 10 years, 1999, 2000. I was already a member of Pakatan Rakyat, trying to help them, developing policy papers for them. They put them on the website, adopt it, and then probably forgot about it.